Hey everyone,
This is William.
I'm William.
When I was growing up, my nickname was
Brian Urlacher.
What you're seeing is
Brian
a
Urlacher
remix
because
of a
I knew a lot
remix.
about football.
390,
The
I
original
played
video
football.
that I am
Football is a lot
taking
about my life.
content from.
Anyway,
is
my
a
nickname
remix
is
of
Madden
Brian
Gameplay.
when I was growing up,
where
so
the
clips of some
original author
Madden
of
gameplay
remix.
I remixed it, the remix author,
into
decided
actually
to
a video of a remix.
take Madden gameplay clips from each Madden and show the world what Brian Urlacher looked like in each game, and he goes over all of his stats. But really, all I cared about was the image, the gameplay a little bit. So, for my viewers, I've shortened it down to 2 minutes instead of a 12-minute video. It's 2 minutes, just showing Brian Urlacher through the years, just like the original creator, but only the information that is needed. This is one aspect of remixing that can shorten information down from its original content and provide it to new viewers at the time that they can handle. That's one function of a remix. At the end of the video, you'll hear my voice again, and that's a fun compilation of the clips I cut out, and I thought it was, for the rest of the nice to hear performance,
So that's one
that I'm doing.
other thing about
We're going
remixing.
to
It
show
doesn't really
things in
matter.
text. That way you can hear all this wonderful music and presentation by original creators, which I do not have any rights over, but for the purposes of this video.
I'm a big fan of this man, Walt Disney. I'm a big fan of his work because
it's really about controlling what you own.
To own.
He's more powerful a weapon than any fleet or army on earth.
his greatest works demonstrate beautifully how culture builds on the
I
past.
suppose he must have...
What Walt Disney did, better than perhaps anybody else, was to take works that were in the public domain and updated it and made it relevant for our age.
Jack Sparrow, isn't it?
You're Captain Jack Sparrow.
Pirate or not, this man saved my life.
No, don't shoot!
I saved your life, you saved mine, we're square.
Are you the pirate I've read about or not?
A man of the sea, a great sailor, until he ran afoul of that which vexed all men.
Peas in a pot, darling.
Marriage interrupted, or fate intervenes.
Elizabeth is in danger. We were arrested for trying to help you.
Something's got Jack vexed. What vexes all men? A woman.
This compass does not point north.
Where does it point?
It points to the...
Real boys?
His work was always continuing the conversation of a culture. It was an expression through a remix of the stuff that went before.
Walt was a mashup artist. Steamboat Willie was based on Steamboat Bill.
It's 2017. Subtract 1985 from that, and you know where we are. What have the Bears done in the 32 years since Ditka and Buddy Ryan and Jim McMahon's headbands? One playoff run with Rex Grossman that amounted to being part of the misty memory of Peyton Manning's redemption. Bears fans, you've gotten more mileage out of one great team and a Saturday Night Live bit than anyone deserves. 32 years of the connotation that you're tough and that you matter. So careful what you wish for, because if Mitchell Trubisky is not ready and he flops, well, you still won't be over your Bears, Chicago, but the whole rest of the world will be.
Graduating to the big screen, Abrams' specialty has been rebooting familiar material. Mission Impossible 3 was an Alias-like version of the Tom Cruise vehicle and renewed an aging franchise.
Aspects of this guy's life. So this first, let's say first section, you can read them in any order, but this section is his kind of working life. So this is where you get a sense of how he spends his day to day. And you're going to do two things. You've got the story, which is a kind of branching narrative. So at various different points you choose which direction you want to follow it. And then you've got, next to it, you've got these file cabinet fronts, which give kind of details about the content of the archive.
The Force Awakens incorporates a bit of George Lucas-style remixing. There's a shot inspired by Apocalypse Now, the X-Wing skimming over the water was taken from the film Firefox, and the sword fight in Gently Falling Snow recalls Kill Bill, which itself copied Lady Snowblood. But most of the remixing in The Force Awakens is of story elements, and the primary source
would have started off as a kind of a Ziggy Stardust type character. This archive spans his life. The story is not actually about Hieronymus Spock, it's about the man who keeps the archives. It's about the archivist, and that's where the piece's title came from.
Because everyone's being watched. So that's kind of what the basis of the surveillance camera players. We just want to get a dialogue between the community, at least get people to think about cameras.
Mr. Trump, you've done great things in your life, and I just wonder, how do I, as an average person, begin?
Well, first of all, never think of yourself as average. You started off with the wrong question, because you're not average. You've got a lot going. I see you're smart. I see you're very beautiful.
What we were able to do today was allow people to see his heart for themselves and to make up their own minds about him. And they find out that he's not the person that the media has depicted him to be.
Are you endorsing?
I support Donald Trump, and everybody knows that.
100%.
Families. I've known Donald forever. I like Donald very much.
Wonderful guy. I mean,
he is.
And he's miscast by the media. You know that.
I like Donald. He's got an enormous ego, but he's a good guy. He's got a big heart, by the way. He's very good to people. He's very kind to people.
People don't know that.
You just have to get that word average out of your vocabulary, and you have to tell yourself that you're great, and you have to...
Learn from everyone, follow no one, watch for patterns, and work like hell. I think these are the 4 principles that go into this. And it's that third one especially where visions of the future begin to manifest themselves. What's interesting is that this particular way of looking at the world is, I think, only one of 4 different ways that manifest themselves in different fields of endeavor. In comics, I know
it's about control.
What's interesting is that this particular way of looking at the world is, I think, only one of 4 different ways that manifest themselves in different fields of endeavor.
Economic. People are trying to work out, every country on earth at the moment is reforming public education. There are 2 reasons for it.
It's about control.
The first of them is economic.
Learn from everyone, follow no one, watch for patterns, and work like hell.
People are trying to work out, how do we educate our children to take their place in the economies of the 21st century? How do we do that?
Learn from everyone, follow no one, watch for patterns, and work like hell.
Given that we can't anticipate what the economy will look like at the end of next week.
It's about control.
As the recent turmoil is demonstrating. How do we do that? The second, though, is cultural. Every country on earth is trying to figure out, how do we educate our children so they have a sense of cultural identity and so that we can pass on the cultural genes of our communities.
It's about control.
While being part of the process of globalization. How do you square that circle?
It's about control.
The problem is they're trying to meet the future by doing what they did in the past.
Vision based on what one cannot see, the vision of that unseen and unknowable, the vision of that which has already been proven or can be ascertained.
It's about control.
And this third kind, a vision of something which can be, which may be, based on knowledge, but is as yet unproven. Now, we've seen a lot of examples of people who are pursuing that sort of vision in science.
It's about control.
But I think it's also true in the arts.
It's about control.
It's true in politics.
It's about control.
It's even true in personal endeavors.
It's about control.
What it comes down to really
alienating millions of kids who don't see any purpose in going to school. This is a breakthrough. You know, like really, yes, we should.
It's about control. It's really about controlling what you own.
To own and control his own art.
Yes, it's controlling that. Time out for 1 second. Part of what we're trying to do here is make people understand that what they're doing is
So again, right now we don't have Donald Trump when he got elected. I think it's relevant American culture of how we manage from engaging an example. He knows how a director might use animals and things like that. This is also a extreme, but the fact is that culture at large organizations with power, again, things that are popular into our current vibe. I want to give an example. I think that there's a few reasons a lot of that going on. Just maybe look at as well. Academic, right, instead of that kind of work, they can make end up saying influence production of all of these. It wasn't really oftentimes mean. People might not weigh some of the honestly things that about Donald Trump to support him reusing the same. I mean, it tells elements, story arc, and I can only imagine. And I think the kind of this is just for-profit situation, and from an academic perspective, where there are more real consequences, this is almost encouraged. Not all of the elements are exactly how the director intended them.
To create opportunities, learning opportunities, digital opportunities for youth.
Where they could code late in the night when nobody was using it for serious things. And they did unserious things on them, like video games.
You want to score, Bill? Sure. Okay, 1-0.
What are you doing?
I'm changing your biology grade.
No, I don't want you to do that. You're going to get me in trouble.
No, nobody can find out.
Now, does all this mean we have a major security problem on our hands?